Hi everyone, and welcome to Protocol 36. And in today's video, as we can all see, Marvel Spider-Man 2 has finally been announced, and we just got a trailer, not only teasing the villains and showing one of them surprisingly, but also have a release date. I will also be going over some of the bits from the PlayStation blog, which will be confirming whether or not this game will be a PlayStation 5 exclusive, and of course, who will be voicing the main villain of the game. Now, before we get started, if at any point you enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate if you could drop a like, as that would really help out the channel. And I'm really close to 1,000 subscribers, so if you could also subscribe, that would mean the world to me. Now, of course, we have a character talking over while Peter Parker and Miles Morales are fighting some type of group, pretty much saying how he's been searching for something to challenge him that could surprise him and possibly even beat him, and asking Peter and Miles whether or not there will be the challenge that he's been looking for. Obviously, judging by the accent and judging by the dialogue, we can safely assume that this is most likely Kraven the Hunter. Now, as we all know, Kraven the Hunter hasn't been mentioned or referenced in the first two Spider-Man games. The closest thing we got to a reference to Kraven is a mention of Chameleon, who in the comics is the half-brother of Kraven, but that's the closest thing we ever got to Kraven being in the Insomniac Marvel universe. And judging by the way he was talking to Peter and Miles, it looks like he's going to be a character both Peter and Miles hasn't fought before, so he's most likely not a villain that Peter has fought against while he was Spider-Man for about 9 years. But the group that Peter and Miles are fighting against look like they have advanced weapons that are pretty much suited for a hunter, so I wouldn't be surprised if this is the group Kraven pretty much organized in order to see how strong and powerful both Peter Parker and Miles Morales are individually, and obviously as a team. So not only would he know their strengths, speed, and also other abilities that they might have, but also figure out their weaknesses and see how he could possibly defeat them, which is pretty much typical Kraven the Hunter stuff. And I'm really excited to see how it's going to look like in the game, not to mention how the boss fights are going to look like. Now, the game is confirmed to be single player, so there's no co-op or multiplayer in it, which I personally prefer, and I'm really glad that they're doing this, which gives me hope that we'll be able to switch between Peter and Miles whenever we want. At least I hope so. Bear in mind, this is footage captured on the PS5, so whatever we see on the trailer will most likely show up in the game itself. So we'll probably also be getting door takedowns, which is awesome to see because I loved them in Spider-Man Miles Morales when we were teaming up with the Prowler. And in one of the scenes, it looks like Peter does have metal limbs similar to the metal limbs in the Iron Spider suit, which is pretty interesting. I don't think that's something incorporated into the story or canon. I think that's going to be a suit power, just like in Marvel Spider-Man, where one of the suit powers you were able to unlock when getting MCU's Iron Spider suit were the metal legs. So I don't think that's something Insomniac Spider-Man created, but it's probably going to be something where if you use the metal legs on other suits, it may adapt to look like those specific suits, because I think one of the complaints for Marvel Spider-Man when using the Iron Spider legs, it didn't really look good when using it on other suits. So I think Insomnia may have fixed that problem. However, I could definitely be wrong, since Peter's advanced suit has changed a little bit. So it is possible that those arms are canon and they have been created by Insomniac's Peter Parker. We also get to see Miles using his Venom Blast abilities, and even in one instance we see Miles's Venom Blast turn to blue, suggesting that he has way better control with his powers, probably thanks to the training he had with Peter, which is awesome to see. And I definitely think we'll get brand new Venom Blast abilities in Marvel Spider-Man 2, ones that we haven't seen before. However, the one appearance everyone has been talking about, towards the end of the trailer, we finally get to see Venom in the Marvel Spider-Man universe, who's actually being voiced by the legendary Tony Todd, answering Kraven's question, saying, yes we will, which is awesome to see. Venom looks absolutely perfect in my opinion, and it's awesome to see that Insomniac once again hasn't let us down when it comes to character designs. Now, obviously I think this is clever editing on Insomniac's part. I don't think Venom and Kraven are going to meet in the game. I could be wrong once again, but I don't think that's likely. However, I do think we will get a boss fight where we're playing as Peter in the symbiote suit, and one of our missions is to take down Kraven. That said though, we still don't know who the host of the Venom symbiote is going to be. I still think it's going to be Eddie Brock. I don't think it's going to be Harry. I definitely think Harry will play an important role in the story, but I think Harry having the symbiote in the post-credit scenes of both Marvel Spider-Man and Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales is a red herring on Insomniac's part, and they're pretty much going to introduce Eddie Brock in the sequel and have him become Venom, as he's always been. The game has also been confirmed to be a PS5 exclusive. I know that this might upset a lot of people, which is understandable. However, the thing is, the PS5 is at the end of the day the future of gaming. It does make sense for Insomniac to make it a PS5 exclusive. However, with a release year being being announced, 2023. There is hope that by that time, everyone, if not most people, could possibly get PS5 by the time it's released. However, until then, we are going to get more info on this game and obviously show us gameplay demos, hopefully next year, if they do exactly what they did with Marvel Spider-Man. Now in the future, I am going to make a video about the Green Goblin, whether or not he will show up in Marvel Spider-Man 2, which is requested, so be on the lookout for that. And tomorrow, I'm definitely going to make a video about Marvel's Wolverine, which is also being developed by Insomniac. So it's a great time being a comic book fan overall. However, what about you guys? What do you think about the Marvel Spider-Man 2 trailer? How excited are you for the game? Let me know in the comments down below. I would love to hear your thoughts. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter. If you enjoyed this video, please like, and want more, subscribe. To begin, Protocol 36.